The UFL week 1 is in the books, y'all. And I got to vent just a little bit, and I know you guys do too. This is Hellraisers podcast, and we're talking about UFL week 1 and looking ahead to them Battlehawks because it's about to go down. Yo, welcome to Hellraisers podcast. Let's raise some hell.
Come on! It's game time, but then it's more than the game. Yeah, it's my time, I'm steady moving the chains. We the kings, baby, but yo, we rolling, strolling. Ain't nobody gonna take the throne that I'm holding. I'll be bringing the boom in the southwest sun, or we can do it at night, but there's no way you can run. I'm breaking bones, like the music busting them amps. When I hit the end zone, fans are rocking the stands, cause I'm a sure bet. Representing the town, city of the cross is my stomping ground. That's literal, so y'all better give me respect. When you up in my house, your whole squad get wrecked. Gonna listen to your people while they rooting for you, cause once you all on my site, you ain't gonna know what to do. When the smoke clears from the ruckus I bring, y'all had better bow down. You can call me the king now.
Yo, what is up, all my Hellraisers out there? Welcome to episode 2 of Hellraisers podcast, baby. I'm feeling good. I know we're coming off a loss, and y'all looking at me like, how can he be feeling good right now? I'm feeling good because UFL week 1, it was, I mean, even considering that, you know, they were battling with March Madness when women were playing on Saturday early, you know, March Madness on Sunday with the men and Easter Sunday. It was a good weekend, man, for the UFL. You know, our Arlington Renegades, over 14,000 people strong up in the place, up at Choctaw Stadium. So for those of you that were out there, much respect, baby, for those of you out there representing those of us that could not be there. But that's okay, man. So what is up, y'all? Welcome to another week, week two officially of the UFL and episode 2 of Hellraisers podcast, y'all. I am your host, Gabriel Garcia. Welcome, everybody. Hey, man, all I got to say is, you know, it's just week 1, okay? And I'm going to keep saying this. You're going to hear this a lot tonight because I'm the type of football fan that I never, and I think I told y'all this last week, I never, ever kind of look too much into week 1, whether it's a bad or good. You know, if we would have won, I would have been like, hell yeah, we won, you know, just like the Stallions fans. Y'all can talk. I know, and I got to take it. Stallions fan, but I'm still gonna talk my ish back. You know what I'm saying? But you know, so they could say something, but if we had won, I'd still be here like, yeah, I love what I saw. Now let's keep building, you know. But if you look at some of them Stallions fans already be talking like you need to crown them champions already. I'm like, y'all need to slow down. It was week 1. All right. So for those Renegades fans, and I saw a few, most of the Renegades fans, y'all been cool. Most of my Hellraisers out there, y'all have been very level-headed about this, thinking the same thing. It's week 1, we build, let's go, let's get better. But there's some of y'all out there, man, that are like, hey, man, that's it. We're done for the year. We're done. I'm like, man, you kidding me, man? No, get out of here. But, hey, that's not me, man. That's not me. So, again, welcome to episode 2 of Hellraisers podcast, y'all. This is the home of the Renegades fan nation and Hellraisers everywhere. And I can proudly say that this is the first and only podcast dedicated to the Arlington Renegades. By the fans, for the fans. Y'all know what I'm saying? So just had to put that out there. Had to put that out there for you guys, man. Now, all right. Now, let's roll. Let's check out the comments. I see my boy, Hendo. Hendo, what is up, man? Hey, I hope you liked a little segment I did this past week of Gridiron Nation. And for all my Hellraisers out there, if y'all have not yet checked out Gridiron Nation podcast, that is my baby, okay? That is also the home place of Hellraisers podcast, Gridiron Nation podcast. Y'all go and check it out. Look me up on everywhere. I'll give you my socials later, okay? But what's up, Hendo? Yo, what is up, my boy Jersey? He said, what is going on, Hellraisers? Let's raise some hell this week. That is right. And I hope y'all caught my boy's show. He just kicked off a brand new show, y'all. I'm hyped for you, Jersey. Yeah, Jersey the King show where he's talking anything sports. Anything y'all want to talk about sports? Oh, he's going to be talking about it, man. So much respect to you, my brother. Appreciate you, man, and everything you do. My co-host over at the Gridiron Show, y'all need to be checking us out every Saturday. Okay, every Saturday. Whether I mean what most of y'all are gonna be Central Time, Central Standard Time. So that's gonna be 12 p.m. your time. Y'all check us out, man, because we talk a lot of in depth with the UFL. We're gonna be starting to talk about the IFL. Oh, and we talk about NFL, and man, we get into all of it. NCAA, yeah, yeah. So y'all be ready to roll with that, all right? Rudy Juarez, hello from the UFL tailgating group. Rudy, thank you for popping in tonight, man. Much appreciated to you from all the Hellraisers here at Hellraisers Podcast, man. So let's get this out there. By the way, Jersey, do me a favor. I know you're going to do it anyway, but go on and share it to all the groups, man. Renegades groups, we got to get up in here. Get some eyes up in here, man. Get my people in here. Because I don't want no Renegades fans hiding after week 1. We don't hide. Okay, at least I don't hide. And I'm a Cowboys fan, y'all. So y'all gotta understand it's not that easy to not hide because when the y'all know when the Cowboys lose, the world comes for us, man. Like they're looking for us. We're the Cowboys fans online. We're still there. We don't hide. But you know what I'm saying? I don't want my Renegades fans to be like that. Hellraisers, now we don't hide. If we lost, I don't care. I'm still gonna be here loud. Y'all ain't shutting me up. I got my microphone, I got my studio, and I got my camera. Not going nowhere. I don't care if we lose, man. Jersey says, did that already. I already know you did, bro. I know you're already on it, man. You're already on it, man. Rudy says, go Renegades, baby. That is right. Let's get it on and popping, y'all, because we had that, the first weekend, of course, and it was on. It was a good thing, man. We were rocking, and I'll break down the game in just a little bit. Okay, but right now, let's go for the ride. I'm going to tell y'all what the ride is going to be tonight. We're going to break down, look back on that Battle of Champions. Oh, man, it was hard, man. It was hard watching that second half. Y'all agree with me? It was hard watching that second half. Me and Jersey are texting like, damn, frustrated, man, because it was like a polar opposite of what we saw in the first half. You know what I mean? So we're going to talk about that game. And also, we are going to look ahead to the coming game in week 2, the very, very important week 2 game. Because, man, y'all, hey, all I got to say is AJ McCarron, after a game in, yeah, this is going to be a tough task. It could be an even tougher task for our defense than what we saw this past week, but we'll get into that. Because I had some answers on social media. I put out there just a question, but I wanted to see what the temperature, where everybody's mind was at, see what y'all were thinking about. What do you think we had to do, this coming week to get us a victory, man, get us a W? So I'm gonna read off some of y'all's answers, and we'll get into that, and and we'll close out the show strong because we're gonna get that goal, man, with the Hellraisers. Because if there's one thing about Renegades fans, y'all, and I'll say it again, I'm gonna say it every single week, que somos pocos pero locos. All right, we aren't. I see it on social media, let's talk about the big fan group. Okay, for Facebook. And it is, if you're not a part of it, go on and join it, man. Brett Tierce and his guys there, they have grown this thing over the last, year or two, over the last 2 years. And it's called United Football League Fans. And, the one thing I see on there is I see Renegades fans, but we're not strong enough as some of the other groups are. Some of the other teams and their fan bases. Okay? And that's okay. That's okay, because like I say, somos pocos, pero locos. If y'all don't know what that means we may be small online, but when you got people like me, we get crazy, y'all. I'm going to get loud. I'm going to get crazy. I don't care. You know what I mean? So somos pocos, pero locos. We may be a small fan base online, but for those of us that are here, we're going to raise some hell with every team. I don't care. I don't really care, man. So Jersey, yes, and we also do have a viewer question that Jersey shot me up on X, aka Twitter. X, my ex. I call her, and my ex that's named Twitter. Whatever you guys want to call it. That damn platform. Whatever. That's the one. That's the one. So we're going to get to that today too, man. So we got a fully packed show for this hour, y'all. Are we ready to get into it? All right. But let's keep peeking down the comments because Jersey's like, yeah, man, it was like the offense and defense somewhat disappeared. And they did. But you know what it was with the defense? I got to say this, man. And you know what? That's okay. Let's get into this right now. Real quick, Jersey. You know what? I'm going to come back to that comment because we're going to break down the game in just a second. Okay? Rudy Waters says, I'll be at a sports bar for the Arlington versus Battlehawks game. Can't wait, dog. This one is huge, bro. It is huge. And, man, y'all don't understand how bad I want this game. Okay? Because I watch the shows of my counterparts, man. You know? And while some of them show respect to the squad, there are those like, I got love for you, Big Daddy Ed, but I keep receipts. And I want to use Jersey impersonating Dion when I get a chance. That's why I need us to win this week, man. Now, Luis, come on, baby. Come on, baby. Step up. But a couple weeks ago, they were talking about all this, and I remember, I think I wrote down the date because I wanted to keep receipts. Big Daddy Ed, I got much love for you, man, but he's like, you know what? I do not believe it. He was talking about he doesn't believe in the Renegades because he says they haven't shown me. I don't believe in them. They haven't shown me anything to believe in them. Now, let's remember that the Battlehawks have not played a Renegades team with Luis Bettis at quarterback. Okay? I believe it was Kyle Sloter they beat last year. Sloter. Where is Sloter now? Is he on somebody's bench? I don't know. A depth chart somewhere. But that's why I need y'all to win, man. Please. Please. Stoops. Come on, baby. Get it together, man. Get it together. But it is, Rudy. It is a huge game this week. Not only just because of the what us fans want, Arlington. I mean, Battlehawks fans, I got to give. Battlehawks are just such a strong fan base. They want football back, and so they were ready for this new league to kick back in. AJ McCarron came back. So it's a big game also because both teams are 0-1. And I'll say this again later on in the show, throughout the show, because I emphasize the importance of a 10-game season. Just like we talk about this with NFL and college football, every game counts, but there's even less games in spring football. You feel me? So you want to talk about every game counting? Yeah, this is the epitome of it, the spring football, because you got 10 games, man. So if you go down 0-2, either one of these teams go down to 0-2, it's not time to panic, but it's time to say, all right, now we got to win 2 in a row. That's when that kind of pressure kicks up a little bit. You worry a little bit, but you're not throwing in the towel yet. But it's huge, man. It's huge. So, hey, y'all make sure, like Jersey says here, make sure you download the Fuel Sports Network channel. I am live on there right now, I think. Did we get it going, Jersey? Is it working? Hey, we were supposed to be on live last week, y'all, but you can still go back and catch the episode and the interview, the very good interview that I did with wide receiver Caleb Vander Esch of the Arlington Renegades. Go back and watch it on your big screen. Download the Fuel Network if you have a Roku device, okay, or if you have a Fire Stick. And that's what Jersey said. If you have Amazon TV and devices, so don't miss an episode of Hellraisers podcast show. Download the Fuel Sports Network today. You can catch all of our podcasts on there. You're going to catch Gridiron Nation on there. You're going to catch The Gridiron on there. You're going to catch B-Hawk Live. You're going to catch Smoking Gun. Man, we got so many podcasts on there. I don't even know them. I got to write down a list. Okay, but I'm not prepared for that right now. But if you want to know, go on and download it. It's totally free, guys. Totally free. All the content on there is completely free. So we just need you. We just need you to go on and show some love to the network, all right? Rudy says, Puro locos, Papa. That's right, baby, because somos pocos pero locos. We're going to be here loud, and y'all ain't shutting me up. I don't care if we go 0-10. I'm going to still be talking. it may be a little bit like, what are you going to talk about, dog, when you're over 10? I'm like, I don't know. Hopefully, I don't have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go right to the comments. Mike Tackett, what is up, man? Thank you for jumping in. Mike's such a big supporter of all the shows, man, the spring football. All respect to you, man. He says, last week we were getting ready for kickoff weekend. In 2 days, we'll be halfway through week 2. Crazy. Got to make every game count. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We have to make every game count. And Mike says 2020 Renegades helmets with this year's jersey. Thoughts? Yes. And this has been a thing this week, guys. Okay, so the Arlington Renegades, their official social media, I should say, yeah, their social media pages, whoever runs their Twitter and their Facebook, they changed the logo this week, y'all. Okay, they changed the logo this week. And my tidbit isn't working because it should be showing the other logo. But there's Goku. What's up, Goku? Yeah, he's a Hellraiser too. But y'all know the logo I'm talking about. Okay, it's the Bandido logo. You know where he's got the bandana over. Okay, kind of like what you see right there, kind of. But with the hat, he's got the red eye like on my logo. And they put it. They said, okay, new week, new profile pic. And everybody took off. The fans, we ran with it. We're like, yes, that's what we want. Put that back on the damn helmet, man. So I had a comment earlier in the day that gave me an idea. I am going to start an official, what are those damn things called? What was I going to say? Survey? When you want people to do stuff like the Houston did with the Roughnecks and all that stuff. Yeah, that. I'm going to start that where I want people to go on and sign it because we are going to demand that the Renegades give us that one. That's the freaking logo we want on the helmets. Stop playing with us, Arlington. Okay? That's the one we want. So I'm going to start one up, man. Petition. That's the word I'm looking for. We're going to start a petition to give us those helmets back because with the current jerseys now, oh, Mike, you ain't even playing, man. That would look dope. That would look so dope. So we want those back. I am going to take your jersey. Yeah, I got it now, bro. I got it. He says a petition. I don't know what. Oh, man. Don't. Oh, it's been a long day. Okay. I had to work today, y'all. So. But Jersey says that could be the alternate helmets next season. No. We can use the little R as the alternate helmets. We want that. We want the Bandido, the Bandit. That's who we want back on the helmets. So I am going to start a petition, and we're going to let it run all season long, whether we win or lose this year. And if we lose, I'm going to blame the logo on the helmet. That's what I'm going to do, y'all. I'm just clouded in here, man. So having some fun, man. I hope you guys are having a good week, man. I hope you guys, we're almost to the weekend, y'all. Okay? We're about to get into Saturday where we got week 2 coming and kicking in, and it's going to be big, man. But I need to know right now, man, where are all my Hellraisers at, man? We need to grow this thing, man. So y'all be sure to get everybody following the Arlington Renegades Fan Nation page on Facebook, because that's the one that I will be changing the name once I got a big enough following on there to the Hellraisers Podcast Nation. Okay? So that Facebook page is the official home of Hellraisers Podcast. Proudly say that. All right? So y'all be ready, man. Y'all be ready. But we got a big week coming up and a big weekend coming up, I should say. All right? But hey, man, for now, before we get into looking back on what happened this past week, I usually have a rule, guys. I have a rule. Like after Wednesday, I don't talk about whatever game happened the week before. But it's kind of my fault that Hellraisers Podcast is on Thursdays. So I got no choice, right? I got no choice, man. But y'all keep riding with me, man. Hey, we're going to go cut to a quick commercial break. Because, we are on the Fuel Network and we got to pay some bills, baby. But it ain't going to take long. So y'all don't go nowhere. All right? Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back, y'all.
triumphed. I've made it back to Earth with the cargo intact. The game-changing, time-sensitive payload is none other than the revolutionary energy flavor we've all been waiting for. Introducing Merc Mayhem Cherry Limeade. Merc Clan played a crucial role in securing this energy flavor, and together we've unlocked the future of power. Merc Mayhem is not just a drink, it's a statement, a fusion of relentless energy and bold flavor. The secret is out. Merc Mayhem is set to redefine the energy landscape, leaving ordinary drinks in its cosmic dust. Get ready for a taste explosion that matches Merc Clan's unparalleled power. Join the revolution, and let's unleash Merc Mayhem upon the world. Astronaut M signing off.
The game, forget the money and fame. Stay ready, making sure that they remember my name. I got a hunger inside when the numbers are tied. Yo, I'ma turn it up a level, never will be denied.
Yeah. Welcome back to Hellraisers podcast. All my Hellraisers out there, where you at? Holla at your boy, man. Hey, y'all, that last little ad right there. Y'all like that for Gridiron Nation, man. Hey, shout out to my boy, my dog, man, my brother from another mother, Jersey the King, man. He put that together, y'all. He put a lot of this stuff together, guys. Like, I ain't even playing, man. So y'all need to show your love to Jersey the King. My boy is working. He is working hard to get this all together, man. And we have adopted him. He is a Hellraiser this year, and I'm so proud. Proud of my boy. He's out there grinding for the Hellraisers, man. I'm so proud of you, Jersey. Hey, man, but we adopted him this year, y'all, because he was a Vegas Vipers fan. He had the Fan Gang Nation, and that's just put on hold, okay? He's going to bring that back. That's going to come back at some point when the Vegas squad gets back into the UFL, into spring football, okay? So I'm just saying, man. Much respect to my boy putting that together, man. And y'all be sure to check out Gridiron Nation podcast every Tuesday. If I'm not going live, the video is dropped usually the following day because I drop the audio on Tuesday nights. Available everywhere, whether it's on Spotify, iHeart, Amazon Podcast, Apple Podcast. Look it up, Gridiron Nation podcast, and I'm there. And also, guys, Hellraisers podcast is now officially on Spotify. Okay, that's the only audio app you're going to find it on. So go on and look it up, man, and listen to it. Share it with your friends. Y'all listen to it while you're doing your workout, while you're working, while you're rolling in your car, driving to work, whatever it is you got going on. You got your earbuds in. Yo, man, tap your boy in. Let me holler at you and let's raise some hell. Do the little airwaves. You know what I'm saying? So let's hit to the comments real quick before we get into this next segment. All right. Oh, Hendo says we need more fans on social media. We do, but that's all right, man. We'll get there, and that's why that's my campaign right now. It is my mission, okay. And I wish I was out in Arlington. I really do, y'all, because I'd be like some boots on the ground out there. I'd be over there at the facility every damn day trying to burn time. Not y'all let me in. Can I talk to somebody? Get some Stoops, somebody, your assistant. Can I just get an interview? Something, let me know what's going on behind the scenes if I was out there, but I'm not. I'm hoping to get out there soon, though, guys. And, also, I'm trying to network this out, get this out everywhere, okay? And shout out to the United Football Media, as Hellraisers podcast will also be coming officially a part of their network. They've got a whole network of podcasts that you can find on YouTube. They're little quick hitters, man. Not a lot of long stuff. They don't do the live streams. So it's kind of some cool content you can get into. United Football Media. Check them out because Hellraiser podcast, your boy, I'm going to be on there starting next week, y'all. Okay, so they're going to be also providing links on their Facebook to the Hellraisers podcast, y'all. So that's going to be open up some new opportunities for all of us. And that's a good thing because these shows like this, y'all, it's like I told y'all earlier at the beginning of the show. It's like I told you at the beginning of the show. Okay. This is the first and only podcast dedicated to the Arlington Renegades. But it's by the fans because I am a fan. Jersey, who helps me, he's like my co-producer in this, y'all. He is a fan. Everybody involved with Fuel is a fan, but we are fans of Arlington. I am a Renegades fan, so I'm bringing this to y'all, but it's for the fans, Okay, so that's what we're trying to get going, man. As long as we can build it up, then it's all good, y'all. So just continue to keep riding with us. We're gonna continue growing, man, growing and raising some hell. So now, real quick, before we get into looking back across the league, y'all. Let's look across the league right quick because I'm not ready. I ain't ready to talk about it, man, about what happened against Birmingham. I ain't ready yet. Okay, I gotta prepare myself mentally, y'all. Let's just quick glance at went down this past week. You know, there was some good games, of course. You know, of course, we had the Renegades and Stallions, which we'll get into in just a little bit because I ain't ready yet. Battlehawks and Panthers, man. Battlehawks, who we will be facing in week 2, lost 16-18 to the Panthers. And I gotta say, man, that Panthers defense, man, Nakua, dog. I was reading somewhere, man, today on Twitter or something, man, that somebody had like it was like they put a team together of the players of the week at each position, man. I'm like, how Nakua was not on there, I do not know. The dude was a monster. But I don't know what I think he had like 11 tackles. He might have led the league in tackles this week. Okay. And then, but man, that defense kind of is the reason they won. I know there was the big kick. I get it, the 64-yarder at the end, and it was dramatic and it was dope because I was outside cutting weeds and I was listening to it on, of course, Sirius XM that is carrying now all the games. Okay. A little bit frustrating, but I'll talk about why in just a little bit. But I'm listening to it and I'm cutting weeds and I'm like, damn, when AJ McCarron drove them down the field, y'all, with was it a minute left, less than a minute? Got them in the end zone, and I said, that's it. It's over. It's over, man. You know, AJ strikes again. Battlehawks about to win this ball game. And then during the change of possession on the kickoff, like right before, they go to the commercial break, and I'm listening to the announcers talk about, the coach and Nolan, who was talking about that he had this kicker that hadn't kicked since high school and that he has seen him kick 65 yards in practice, but that Nolan told them before the game. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not about to roll him out in a game to kick a 65-yard kick. And as I'm hearing this, I'm like, why do I feel like this is going to happen? And it did. It did. They get into position for a 64-yard kick with no timeout, y'all. It was crazy. It was crazy. And he nails the kick. But much respect to the Panthers for that. I think it was a very low-scoring game, 18-16. Anytime both teams score less than 20, it's a defensive ball game, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love defense. But what were the run games in this? Other than Wes Hills. Wes Hills was killing it. And I know who Wes Hills was because I'm freaking Breakers fan. Okay? But we didn't see a lot out of the Battlehawks in terms of offense until the fourth quarter. And A.J. McCarron finally caught fire, when he had the 2 touchdowns, over 200 yards passing. Okay. So, yeah. I mean, what we looking at with A.J.? 24 of 37. Now, the percentage was iffy, but he 13 incompletions. Okay. He did have a couple drops by his dudes. All right. Gallman in particular at running back. 216 yards, 2 touchdowns versus Michigan. Yeah, that's AJ. I'm a big fan of AJ, y'all. And I know we're playing him this week, but, we'll get into that in just a little bit. But, yeah, shout out to the Panthers as they start 1-0. But, man, y'all better, EJ Perry, y'all better do something, man, because I know that defense is good, but I don't know. I don't know, man. Y'all got to do something with that offense, man. Get going. Defenders at the Brahmas. Now, this game was crazy, okay, because you had the defenders who, of course, were, they've had some injuries in the off season while during training camp. And, you had Jordan Tomu coming back. And now, as we're going through all these games, y'all, one thing I like to tell everybody, the reason I always say it's just week 1, okay, is because it is just week 1. I mean, this was essentially a preseason week with a game plan and starters playing. We saw the rust on guys, okay? I'm going to say this and I'll say it again. I've been saying it. is that Luis Perez was probably the one quarterback that from kickoff looked the most comfortable across the league. I'm not saying he played the best in everybody, but I'm just saying, from the jump, he looked like he was like, okay, there wasn't a lot of rust with him. There was a little bit, but that is what it is. But you're not going to get the best of every team. And some of these teams that are not going to be as good by season's end are going to look really good in the first week or two. Okay. But hey, I cannot take anything away from the teams that won. Okay, because hey, I mean, what do you expect? This is just the way it's going to be. When you get into week one, everybody overreacts. Stop overreacting. Damn it. Brahmas fans talking about, man, we are legit. Slow your roll. Y'all looked good. You really did. Brahmas looked pretty good. But, it was only week one. So, all I'm saying is the defenders, okay, I really, first of all, they had an opportunity to win this, or at least to tie this game. And then John DeLance happened. Okay. I believe he's the right tackle for the DC Defenders. And did y'all see that play? Fourth quarter? Yeah. Jordan Thomas gets him downfield, man. Defenders score. Right there. They're like, all right, now we go for the conversion to tie this game, baby. Let's go. And then John DeLance decided he wanted to spit on somebody. Oh, and by the way, he also committed an unnecessary penalty on the play. So you see them get in the end zone, man, and I'm like, yeah, all right, defenders, all right. There you go. We got a game, baby. We got a ball game. And then there's this big confusion, right? You see the penalties. You hear the mics of the refs, and they're talking about, the offensive lineman, penalty on him. He spit on the defensive player, so the old lineman is going to be ejected. And I'm like, what's going on? You're hearing all the chatter. And then they finally throw it out there. John DeLance, he spit on the defensive player. You hear the defensive player. I don't know who it was for the Brahmas, but he's saying, man, if your boy spit on me again, I swear. And then they got him. And he got ejected. During all this little hubbub that was going on, right after the touchdown, where they're trying to figure this out and trying to get the call right and eject him, Wade Phillips's people are sitting there with all this time and looking like, you know what? I think they had a false start on that touchdown. You need to challenge that, Wade. And so what they were looking at this point, the defenders were looking at a 15-yard, which was going to be enforced on the conversion. There was still a chance. Okay, but the touchdown would have counted. And then Wade's like, you know what? All right, let's challenge it. Why not? Come to find out, John DeLance also was the culprit of the false start. Touchdown negated. No tie game coming. No, nothing. After that, everything fell apart. Eventually DC got the ball back again. And then you see the touchdown. The interception by Tomu that almost led to a pick six touchdown. And that ended it, y'all. But it goes to show you, like, what critical plays, how they can just flip the outlook and the layout of a game and how it's going to end. Because that game would have come down to the end if not for DeLance's stupid, just dumb stuff, man. You know what I mean? I want to cuss, but I can't. And I'm like, this ain't Gridiron Nation game. Do not cuss. And I won't. But it just gets me mad. I know, like it does you guys, when you see players just have those boneheaded penalties that take points off the board, and it has nothing to do with you getting in the end zone. You know what I mean? And he was rightfully released by the team this week. And I even put out something afterwards talking about it, saying, for me, I talked about it this week on Gridiron Nation. That's grounds for bye, dog. You're out. You cannot keep your composure in a week one game where all eyes are on us. We're trying to get this league going, and you do something like that. Not only did you cost us an opportunity to win the game, okay, but you made us and the entire league look really bad in week one. You're out. Deuces, homie. Hit the door. So I don't blame them for doing that. All right. But yeah, Brahmas went on to win 27-12. And you know, there's some decent quarterback play, not bad. But I'm like I said, I'm always the devil's advocate where I'm like, okay, I got to see it again. I need to see it again, right? Before I'm gonna believe. Before I'm gonna believe, I need to see it again, man. So but hey, I gotta give credit to Garbers. He had the 2 touchdowns, only 156 yards. It was very efficient, but he got plays done when he had to. Okay, I'll give him that. Jordan Tomo, on the other hand, 25 of 45, man. But that's a bad percentage rate. 227 yards, no touchdowns. Neither team ran the ball very well at all. At all. Okay, but Scott led the defenders and all receivers in that game with 4 catches for 87 yards. So not bad. Not bad, man. But hey, Brahmas, I got to see it again, baby. All right, I'm not hating on you. So let me see it again because it was week 1, as I continue to say. Okay. Now, we talk about the Showboats and Roughnecks. That was a hard game to watch, too. It was a defensive game, kind of, but it was ugly at times. And this is why I tell you week 1 is a lot of fool's gold. I think the Showboats are going to be better than what we saw here. They won 18-12. It was a defensive ball game. But, the Roughnecks were in it. They just like, man, what is going on at quarterback with the Roughnecks? I don't know. Rig, come on, dog. I said it last week. I was rooting for your squad, bro. Y'all let me down. That can't be happening. I don't know what's going on. I know the Roughnecks, everybody's expecting them to be bad, and this showing did not help that at all. But the Showboats, I need to see better. Man, because I know they've got a lot of star power on that team, but it was just like every other team. We didn't see everything. But again, let's not overreact. Showboats, I think, will get better. They'll get it back and going. Cookus, of course, I think he's a great quarterback. He's going to do his thing this year. But he was 23 of 40 in this game, man. Not good. Okay, 204 yards. All right, but I see what Houston's going to do at the quarterback position. Neither team, again, ran the ball. Nobody ran the ball well this week. What is going on with that other than West Hills? I don't know, y'all. I don't know, but I guess it's time to just rip the Band-Aid off. Okay, and before we talk about the game, the Battle of Champions, let's take a look at what y'all are talking about in the comments. All right, Jersey's talking about San Antonio adjusted after the penalty and false start. One great thing about the UFL challenge is you can challenge any play. Yes, I absolutely love that, bro. I love that, definitely. Plus, Gerber's had a rushing TD. That's right, he did. He's Jersey the King talking about Memphis played okay, but that run game got shut down all game. But Case Cookus was cooking. I don't know, man. Cookus, he had a lot of attempts, dog. You're talking about 17 incomplete passes. That's crazy. But Mark Thompson is coming back. You are right. He says he's talking about the Roughnecks will bounce back with Mark Thompson coming back. The defense that they have. Yes, the defense is going to need a run game at least. If the quarterback is not going to get it done, get us a run game. We can keep these things close. We can grind clock so that we're in it by the end of the game. Exactly. The gridiron, man, the Brahmas look like the most polished team out of any team in the league in week 1. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It's just week 1, though. You know what I mean? It's just week 1. Look at last week. I will bring up the NFL because I say it every year. Look at what happened on that Thursday night when the Lions, who ended up being a good team, went into Kansas City and won. And everybody's like, oh, my God, the Lions are going to be in the Super Bowl this year, baby. They weren't. And Kansas City, who was on the losing end, went on to win the Super Bowl again. So this is just what I'm saying, yo. Okay? Let's just take what we saw, show some love, get some flowers, and then move on and say, okay, now let's see it again. Now let's see who's for real after weeks 2 and when we get to week 3. All right? That's all I'm saying, y'all. That is all I'm saying. Jersey says, and Anthony McFarlane ran well. Yeah, but it wasn't like, just these run games where it's going to be controlling the game. where you're in the game because of the run game. And that's what I want to see from this league. I'm hoping anyways. I don't know. I know that everybody's all about the quarterbacks, but I love a run game and defense, man. Y'all know this. Y'all know this about me. So let's get right into it, y'all. Let's get into it. We might as well. Birmingham Stallions 27. Our Arlington Renegades 14 in the Battle of Champions, the first ever Battle of Champions for spring football. And this was a game that I really feel like we let it get away. And a lot of people want to look at the score and see that second half and think, nah, man, y'all were dominated. Again, I say that because of a certain person out there that want to call me a homer for saying that a 13-point win was not dominating. They dominated the second half in time of possession. Yes, that I will say. Okay, but that's all I'm going to give y'all. That's all I'm going to give y'all. Let's look at the stats, man. My boy, of course, the king of spring himself, Luis Perez. 19 to 28, 214 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Good game from him, but I was hoping that by the second half, man, y'all remember the first half, we controlled the whole first half. 3 seconds left, man. 3 seconds left, and they just snatched the momentum right before halftime. And that was the backbreaker. That was the backbreaker for us. Because at that point, up until that 3 seconds, I mean, our defense was controlling the game. Luis Perez was seeing the field. He was moving clock. We were grinding clock, and it was going down like that. Okay? Matt Corral got benched. And then Adrian Martinez comes in. He runs for like 50-some yards off of like 2 or 3 carries. And then he gets hurt. So Corral has to come back in. And then, oh my gosh. I was just like, when that pass happened, I was like, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? And I know I wasn't the only one. Yelling at the TV like, are y'all kidding me? Come on now. All right, but Luis Perez did his thing. He had a decent game. Okay. My issue here, guys, was the run game. Offensively, it was the run game. Okay. Letty Brown led all our rushers with 8 attempts for 30 yards. Davion Smith. Where is my little Davion at? Because Davion Smith did not show up. 17 yards off of 17 carries, dog. That is less than 2.5 yards a carry. You are a power back. What is going on? I don't know. Can one of y'all tell me? Because I expected him to do better. I know our run game last year had its issues at times. Very inconsistent. I just thought, we had Allison in that running back room before we got to the final cuts, y'all, and he was released. So I'm like, well, maybe we're seeing something out of Davion this year in camp. I ain't seen nothing. So he's in danger, man. Letty Brown might be taking that RB1 spot. That's all I'm saying. I need to see something out of Davion this coming week, man. I believe in even Letty Brown, man. Y'all got to do something in that run game, man. Straight up. Help out Luis Perez a little bit. Okay, because we're looking at the pass game. Of course, Sal Canella, 4 catches for 49 yards. He averaged over 12 yards a catch. Very good. Very good. And then, of course, Winstead had that long one that, he had 2 for 60 yards, but he had the long touchdown. Beautiful, beautiful pass up the middle by Luis Perez, man, to go deep. It was a dime. Okay, but you look across the board, we have Burnett with 5 catches, 36 yards. All right. And he caught everything that he didn't, not one drop. So that's a plus for me. That shows me that he's going to earn Luis Perez's trust. And the more that happens, the more he's not dropping balls, he's going to become a factor in the pass game. Okay? So that's all I'll say about Burnett. But I think Manigo, he's going to be a threat in the special teams category. He had that nice return, set us up really nice. Problem with our offense was we just could not get the run game going. And this is a problem. I really felt, y'all, I told y'all this last week on episode 1. I felt that our run game was going to be better this year. I know it's week 1. I'm gonna practice what I preach. Say, don't panic. Don't overreact. But Davion, I need a chip on that shoulder this week, bro, against St. Louis. All right? I need you to just, come on, bring it home, baby. Bring it home. Birmingham, on the other hand, they had 409 total yards, y'all. That's compared to 262 total yards for Arlington. There's a problem there, okay? Because the rushing yards, they had 183 yards on the ground against our 59 yards, 183 yards on the ground. And a lot of that came in the second half. And I know it was the defense. We weren't getting pressure up front on the pass game, but that didn't matter in the second half because the defense was tired, and it showed. It showed. Okay, because Marable just started running. All right, he had 18 attempts for 67 yards. That's not going to fly, y'all. Our defense has to be better against the run, but I get it. You could just see the fatigue on them, late third quarter, all through the fourth quarter, it was there. And that's when run games really can take over a game. When you've got a lead, you want to run that clock out. And the Stallions, I mean, let's be real, y'all. Bob Stoops just got outcoached in this game in the second half. The first half, he outcoached Holtz. Second half, Skip Holtz made his adjustments. Bob Stoops, that's not his strength because his Oklahoma teams were always just so dominant. And he did not adjust. When he did, we weren't getting pressure up front. And when he finally did, he was blitzing. But by that point, they were waiting for it. It was fourth quarter. They were waiting for it. They were calling those quick little shots for Corral to throw, and they were extending drives, running clock. But it was week 1. So let's just see. We got to be better in the second half. We got outscored 16-3 by Birmingham in the second half. You're not going to win ball games like that. We all know this. Y'all don't need me to tell you that. Okay, but the adjustments were key. I think Stoops and his staff have to be better. And you know what, man? Hey, if Davion is slacking again, I don't care. Just get. I don't care. Just get Letty the ball then. All right. But Davion, I need a chip on your shoulder this week, bro. Okay. But hey, shout out to Markel Lee, man. He our linebacker, he led both teams the entire game. All players were 9 tackles, man. So, and then also, man, Big Beasley had himself a sack. Boy's going to be a monster this year. All right. So now, before we get into looking ahead, dang, y'all, this show is actually, Jersey, tell me, am I going to go longer than an hour today? I don't know what kind of time I have on fuel, but I'm looking. I'm coming up on an hour. But real quick, y'all, while we figure that out, okay, let's go to another commercial break, y'all. We'll be right back. All right.
The game, forget the money and fame. Stay ready, making sure that they remember my name. I got a hunger inside when the numbers are tied. Yo, I'ma turn it up a level, never will be denied.
Houston, we've triumphed. I've made it back to Earth with the cargo intact. The game-changing, time-sensitive payload is none other than the revolutionary energy flavor we've all been waiting for. Introducing Merc Mayhem Cherry Limeade. Merc Clan played a crucial role in securing this energy flavor, and together we've unlocked the future of power. Merc Mayhem is not just a drink, it's a statement, a fusion of relentless energy and bold flavor. The secret is out. Merc Mayhem is set to redefine the energy landscape, leaving ordinary drinks in its cosmic dust. Get ready for a taste explosion that matches Merc Clan's unparalleled power. Join the revolution, and let's unleash Merc Mayhem upon the world. Astronaut M signing off.
Yo, what is up? Welcome back. And apologies, man. I'm slipping on my face, on my screen stuff here, man. I was slipping there. I'm trying to pull up all my notes and stuff. But welcome back to Hellraisers Podcast. By the way, you can catch Hellraisers Podcast on Thursdays all season long. Okay. You can catch it on the Fuel Network. You can catch me when I go live on Facebook. On the YouTube channel, go to Gridiron Nation Podcast. It is not vodcast anymore. I changed it. It's podcast on YouTube, and you can catch it on there live. Also, you'll be able to catch all the videos there, and you'll also be able to catch all the videos available soon on UFM United Football Media. All right. Again, on Fuel Network, y'all. We're just throwing this thing everywhere because we are getting ready to grow with everybody. All right. Let's hit the comments right quick before we jump. Jersey's like, Davian got 1 yard per carry. Yeah, he might as well have. It was like 2.4 yards. It was horrible. It was horrible. Jersey also says, I said cutting Morgan Allison was a bad idea, but I won't jump the gun just yet. It was just week 1. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. But I hope they got him on speed dial just in case. Okay? Jersey also says Winstead and Canella did well receiving. We just need that run in to balance everything. Absolutely. It'll open everything up. It'll open up everything. And he also answered my question. We go 5 or 10 minutes over. We're good. All right. Then let's get rocking. Let's get rocking. Okay. Because I need to look ahead to the coming battle. All right. Let's look ahead. Because when we talk about what Luis Perez did this past week with 19 and 28, 214 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, do I expect those same kind of numbers? I don't know. But I do know that while the Battlehawks defense looked good last week, they weren't playing against Luis Perez. They were playing against DJ Perry. Let's just keep that in mind. All right, so this week's segment of Know Thy Enemy, presented to you by the Fuel Network, by the Gridiron, by Gridiron Nation Podcast on Hellraisers Podcast. Know Thy Enemy featuring the St. Louis Battlehawks this week, y'all. And what do we talk about other than the one guy I think is going to be the problem, which is AJ McCarron. I told y'all last week, AJ McCarron, 24-37, 216 yards, 2 touchdowns versus Michigan. Very good day. This is especially saying that it means something because he didn't get going until late in the game. He's the one that worries me. AJ McCarron is a dog. He is among my favorite players in this league, if I'm going to be real. Okay, I love watching AJ McCarron play, but I don't watch him cook this week. Nah, I'm going to need Big Beasley and his dogs, his Hellraisers on the other side to get at him because McCarron is capable of dominating this game. Now, our defense, like I said, they looked really good to start the game last week. They got tired as the game went on. But I do think our defense can get the job done here against AJ and his dudes, especially if Gallman and those boys running the ball continue to struggle. So we get some pressure on AJ McCarron. I think Stoops hopefully will have the boys ready to go. Now, I got to wonder, though. And I ask this of all of you guys, okay? This is the social media segment this week. What do the Renegades have to do you guys think, to bounce back versus St. Louis? Okay? Now, let's go to Jimmy Hanna. He was the first one to answer on this. He says, you got to put pressure on the quarterback. Absolutely, because that's what we didn't do last week. Okay? We may have got a sack. We may have got to him, but we have to get pressure there. He was, man, Matt Corral was getting that ball out. One thing about AJ is AJ McCarron is a pocket quarterback. Prototypical. He can make some plays every once in a while when it breaks down, but where he really, really kills you is when he's in the pocket, when he's got time. Their offensive line struggled last week, which is why it took him time to get going. That's a good thing. That is a plus going into this game because I think our defensive line, this is the kind of game that you can bounce back from last week's performance. Okay, so we have absolutely got to get pressure. If you can get pressure on AJ, he's not the type that's going to make a lot of mistakes, and that's because he'll hold on to the ball. He'll take the sack. I'll take that every single time. All right. Cousin Nick says, for sure, stop slipping, be accountable. Yeah, he saw dudes slacking. And I talked about this with the receivers last week. They don't be quitting on plays. Okay. I need everybody accountable on this. Jersey says, run the ball better and make it easier for the offense to be balanced. Also pressure AJ McCarron a lot and stop the run. Yes. Yes. We have to run the ball. We have to. Run the ball. You know, like I talk about AJ McCarron being a beast out there. You want to know how you beat AJ McCarron? You keep him on the sideline, dog. You don't let that dude come out and get going. You keep him cold. You keep him on the bench. And how do you do that? You run the ball. You grind the clock. All right. So that's what we got to do right there. Steve Kirk says score one more point than St. Louis. I mean, I like trolls, but come on, yo. Come on. Kerry Lester says we have to have more aggressive play calling. Absolutely. Absolutely. See, this is one thing that I really want to see this week, y'all, is they need to open up the playbook. We are really deep at wide receiver. Okay. People just don't talk about our receivers. Okay. Get guys like Van Der Esch involved, man. Get these dudes out there. Just get the receivers spread for wide if you have to. Get that defense spread out so you can just get some of that pressure away from the middle, from the defensive interior. Okay. Let Luis Perez cook, man. Let him go out there and just do his thing. Get his receivers out there. Let him just go out and win the ball game, because there is a good chance that I look at these two quarterbacks and this could turn into a shootout. Okay. So primetime Saturday would be prime for that, right? But those are those heart games where you're like, no, I would love to see it, but then I wouldn't, man, because I'm about to have a heart attack. You know what I mean? Jared Callanan, I'm sorry. He says, rush defense. We really missed TJ Barnes last Saturday. Yes, he was one of the guys I talked about, last week we lost. He says also they got to be better on the kickoff. Felt like the Stallions started on the 50 all day long. Maybe their special teams coverage. That is big, because starting field position is major. So absolutely, I agree with you, Jared. Luis Santos says establish a run game, and that seems to be a big consensus with all of you. And I think it was just the obvious thing. That was what was missing from our offense. And eventually, when they knew we couldn't run the ball, that's when they started backing up their, they started playing their safeties, doubling up on our guys, on our receivers. So I really want to see us force them to drop those safeties down. When we can start running the ball and they got to drop the safety, guess what? Then you're putting Winstead in single coverage, man. You get Caleb Van Der Esch out there in the slot, running that slat. You get him in single coverage. You're dropping that safety to cover the run on play action. Bam! You hit that receiver in single coverage in stride like Luis can do. And all of a sudden, you've got a game. But we've got to establish the run first, because play action ain't going to work if we ain't running the ball well. You play action, they're like, yeah, go ahead. Y'all ain't going to run. Y'all ain't going nowhere. But if we're running the ball, we're grinding, we're getting first downs, we're consistently getting 3-4 yards per rush, ending up in 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, that's when the play action starts to kick in. So that's what I want to see from the squad this week. But I really do feel, guys, like AJ McCarron is going to be a big factor again. And Jersey talked about this a while ago. Stop the run. And I talked about Gauman and how they struggled last week. Again, it was week 1. Okay. I know what kind of coaching they got there. St. Louis, y'all, they're going to be legit this year. I actually have them and Arlington battling for the XFL, for that spot in the playoffs. But I don't know, man. I think that we cannot let AJ McCarron get comfortable. And you do that by running the ball, keeping him off the field. So when he's on the field, he's not in a groove yet. It's easier to get him on those 3 and outs. Okay, put some pressure on him, because he's not going to do a lot of that, Magoo type of stuff where he's going to run around and create plays like you. If you let him sit in the pocket, he's going to pick apart our defense. And it's going to frustrate me if they snap the ball and he's just standing back there. I don't want to see that. Get pressure on AJ McCarron. Stop the run game when you have to, and run the ball. That is going to be the key this week, because if we do all that, that's going to open up everything else, y'all. It's going to open up everything else. And just please, Stoops, open up the playbook a little more. Let's get some of those receivers out there, man. Get Caleb Banderas involved because he could be a legit problem if teams decide that they want to cover him one-on-one in the slot. You feel me? All right, y'all. Before we start to close it up, let's go right to the comments. See what Jersey's talking about. Jersey says, hopefully we contain Garmin like Michigan did. That will help give the defense somewhat of an advantage. I agree. Now, granted, Michigan has got a monster defensive line, but you know what? We've got a pretty damn good D-line too. Well, we didn't see it consistently in week one. On paper, I know what we got, which is why I'm like, it was just week one. I expect better. I expect better. Okay, Jersey says, boys need to do some better conditioning this week, just saying. Yeah, we'll see how that works out, though, because when you're on defense, it don't matter how conditioned you are. If you cannot get off the field because your offense is consistently 3 and out, you're going to get tired. You're going to get tired. You know what I mean? He also says establishing run game opens up more of the pass game for Luis and the wide receivers. And I agree. And on that note, we're going to close out Know Thy Enemy, the St. Louis Battlehawks. All I got to say is I'm tired of hearing caca, seeing it caca. Am I the only one who every time they see caca and I word it and I'm like caca, I don't hear caca, crap, poop? Man, y'all need to come up with a different slogan. Okay, because all I see is when y'all say caca, I'm thinking, caca, are you calling your squad crap? Is that what? You know me, y'all. I like to clown y'all, but that's all I'm saying. I don't want to hear no caca. I'm going to be talking about y'all are caca because I'm hoping we get a victory this week and that our boys bounce back and raise some hell, but it's going to be difficult, all right? Let's go to Jersey's question real quick before we close this out, okay? He says, with how ineffective the run game was last week, if we can get a balance to the offense, what do you think the Renegades' chances are to win against the Battlehawks in a packed, hostile, and noisy dome? And that's why I went to this last, because that dome is the other factor besides A.J. McCarron. Those fans are going to be hyped. They're chomping at the bit. But you know what? We're Renegades, baby. Don't matter where we're going to raise some hell. We play well on the road, so let's do it. Let's do it, man. It's going to be a packed house. Definitely, that crowd is going to be very hostile. But you know how you take them out of a game too? Is you keep their playmaker on the sideline by doing exactly what we just said all show long. Run the damn ball and play some defense. And that's all I got to say about this coming week, man. All right, y'all. So, hey, before I head out of here, y'all, be sure, okay, here we go. We're going to run through it. Okay, again, we got Hellraisers podcast Thursdays all season long. Catch it on Fuel. You catch it on my YouTube, everywhere, on Facebook, okay, Twitter X, everywhere. Also, Gridiron Nation podcast. Catch me every Tuesday on all audio streaming platforms and on YouTube by Wednesday. Okay, you catch it Spotify, everywhere. Just look it up. Follow me. Go back and check out. I got like over a year. I'm about to hit 100 shows, y'all, and I'm very proud of that. Okay, I had episode 98 this past week. So y'all go on and check me out, man. And you'll know that I'm telling the truth when I say last year. If you go back and check me out last year with the Renegades, I was rooting them on all year long. But I kept saying near the end of the season, just get in, boys. Just get in. If you don't believe me, I got receipts for my own self. I hear Jersey. I see Jersey doing this in the Dion voice. I got receipts. Yeah. Also, follow me on Instagram at @GGarcia_gridiron and on TikTok at Gridiron Nation Podcast. I'll be putting out all these shorts and reels that y'all can share. Help me get up to 1,000 followers on TikTok, y'all. If you're on TikTok, please go on, look me up at Gridiron Nation Podcast and follow me. If I can get to 1,000, we can stream this show live every single episode on TikTok, okay? But I got to get to 1,000 followers first. And also on Facebook at Gridiron Nation and the number 1. Y'all already know on Facebook also to join the the Renegades Fan Nation, because that will be the official home of this show, the Hellraisers Podcast. And also on X, formerly Twitter, at the number 1 Gridiron Nation. You can find everything from Gridiron Nation to Hellraisers Podcast on that handle. That's me, and I'm there every single day. All right, and look me up on YouTube, Gridiron Nation Podcast, because it is also the home of Hellraisers Podcast. All right, you'll catch all the videos on there. I promise you that. And send me your questions, y'all. Send me your questions. Let's talk about it. Whatever y'all want to talk about. The number 1 Gridiron Nation. This is a habit with the Gridiron Nation thing, all right? I got to get used to this. There's only 2 episodes in. Don't judge me, okay? The number 1 and renegadesfan at gmail.com. 1 renegadesfan at gmail.com. Send in your questions every single week, y'all. Whether you want to talk about the game that just happened, you got some in particular. Maybe you want to talk about something with the UFL, but let's keep it UFL, okay? That's all I'll say about that. So I'm about to get out of here, y'all, but before I do, before you guys get out there into the world again to finish out your week, and as we get ready for the coming week, all right? Oh, yes, by the way, Jersey does say GMP is on fuel. It is on there, okay? But before we get out of here, y'all, all I got to say is no matter what life's going to throw at you guys this week, no matter what it is, you can get through it, okay? Whether it's adversity or whether it's just a little bit of stress over this or that, financial, job, relationship, whatever it is. Anything that life's going to try and step to you, life's going to look at you and say, what you going to do? What you going to do? Well, I'll tell you what you're going to do. Because we're renegades, baby. We're Hellraisers, right? So when life wants to knock you down or come at you with some BS, I want you to look at life on all you know how you respond to life. You go in there and you take whatever problem it's giving you and you raise hell, baby. I want y'all to take that this week, find your place of Zen, whatever life's going to give you, you bring hell, you raise hell, and our boys are getting ready to raise hell this week. Hey, Hellraisers podcast, y'all, spread the word. Let's get this thing growing. Thank you to every one of you for being here on the show today. I appreciate you guys, Jersey. You're my dog, bro. Much appreciated to you, man. Hellraisers podcast, y'all. I am out of here. Gabriel Garcia. I will see y'all on, what are we? Thursday? Hey, I'll see y'all Tuesday on Gridiron Nation. I'll see y'all Saturday on the Gridiron. But I'll be back here in the Hellraiser seat next Thursday, man. Y'all enjoy the game this week. Hey, if you're out there, take some pictures. Send them to me, okay? So I can put some stuff together to promote on social media. I am out of here, y'all. Hellraisers podcast. Gabriel Garcia. Raise some hell this week, baby. Peace.
They say my name, it's cause I'm killing the game. Bring your best, ask yourself, do you know what you're doing? Go on and call your people, tell them trouble is brewing. Tell them wicked is here with an army of kings. My game is fully extreme, a human M16. Put your battle gear on, it be